Good morning and welcome back. This morning I'm going to be, sorry, I just grabbed my cup. This morning I'm going to be working on a painting I started. Actually, I started it outdoors, but I brought it in and I think I've messed it up a bit, but I'm going to just see what happens, try and get it right. But first I want to just show you my cup down, a painting that I started and I really don't like it. So I'm just going to show it to you and grab it. It's over here. I'm just going to get it. Here it is. This is a painting I started. Actually, I started it outside. Most of my work is started outside. I bring it home and try and finish it off. Sometimes I really make a mess of things, and this is one of them. Let me just show you. So I'm going to turn you around and I'm just going to show you. I've got my little witch over there to keep me company. It's Halloween tomorrow, so I thought I'd get her out and bring her in, light a candle and put her on the table. She'll keep me company. Anyway, this is the painting I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do is just want to show you that I'm not happy with, I've overworked that really badly. And also I added these birds in the distance and I'm not happy about those. So what I'm going to do is, so I've got this little set. I call it my surgeon knives. They are very fine. They're very fine craft knives. And the blade I've got on there, well, I'm just going to leave it. It's probably too big, but what I'm going to show you is how I can just lift this a bit by scratching off, hopefully. Actually, what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'll do the birds up here. So those two birds I don't like, so I'm going to just scrape them out. Hopefully it'll work. Let's have a look, see what happens. I hope you can see this. So I'm going to just scratch away gently over where I've put the birds in. Hopefully they will just disappear. And I can just, if it's too scratchy on the paper, this is a Bristol board actually, by the way, that I'm using. I think it's Bristol board. It's 300 grams. It's quite thick paper, so it should be able to take it. Just this, I'm being very careful not to scratch. What I'm doing is I'm keeping the blade flat, so I'm not scratching too much. Also that one, I'm not sure if I like it. I'm just going to take it back a bit. Fade it away actually. It's too much. So I think I might do it to all these birds. But those, I'm hoping will disappear nicely. Those two I might keep. Let's put that away. Yes, look, it's fine. So what I'm going to do now is this bit down here. I'll add a tiny touch of, actually, what I can do is, this is some of the pencils that I've been using. I might just actually go over with this pencil. It does need, I mean, that's the wrong one. I'll use this one. This is like a little charcoal pencil, actually. Just sharpen it a little bit. Then it should work. It's got flecks of white now. That's better. So what I'm doing is I'm just literally just going over that. Make it into part of the cloud formation. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's working. And that, I'll just go over that one as well a little bit. I always put birds in, and sometimes perhaps I should just leave them out. Not sure. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. That's better. It's just one little random bird there. Getting rid of this one. Can you see that? Hopefully. Left one little random bird there. Now I'm going to do this main thing here. Just going to scratch away a little bit, not much. I want your eye to go into the painting, and this will lead your eye in and around, hopefully. So what I'm going to do is just gently scratch in there. Ooh, didn't need to do that. I've scratched into the paper now there. I didn't want to do that really. No. What I can do is get this and just lighten it. I know it looks a bit white, but once I rub it in with my finger, it'll take up some of the colours around it and take that whiteness away, hopefully. Let's have a go. Yes, that's good. So it just lightens that little bit up. Whilst I'm looking at it, what I might do is just add a little bit of colour just to go over the top of what I've done. Not much, just a tiny bit, just so as it blends in better. I don't know if that's worked, to be honest. Let's put a bit of this in. Just so as it's not, that's better. You can see it looks a little bit more textured and a bit rougher. That's good, that's the effect I wanted. And just one other thing while I'm here. No, that's wrong. This one, I think. This pencil. Just want to take that over there a bit. Like that's better, like that. Put a bit there as well. Maybe there. Right, I need to leave it. It's knowing when to stop sometimes. Okay, right, I'm going to leave that. This picture now is finished, so I'm going to just take that away. One last look. Okay, it's autumn, by the way. If you're not in this country, I don't know where you are watching from, but there's some lovely autumn colours going on here, which I like a lot. So I'm going to remove this now and put it back over here. Also, it gives me a chance to sit and look. When I walk past, it's good to just quickly look. Now, this is the next one I wanted to work on. So what I did was, this was something I was working on outdoors, And when I brought it home, I used these. I'm going to lift this camera up to show you. I take this out with me all the time because it's a nice roll. I can wrap everything up, and I've got mostly everything I want here. And also I take a little tiny watercolour, excuse me, I'm a bit gruff this morning, watercolour box. So I've got colour, watercolours, I've got pencils that I can work on, and that's what I like to work with when I'm out. It looks a lot on the table here. Sorry, I'm just going to have a little drink. It looks a lot on the table, but actually when I roll it all up, it fits quite handily in a bag. Oh, that's better. Excuse me. Bit gruff. Right, I'm going to put my surgeon's knives back in the box. Let me just show you this box. I love this little box. I think it only cost me a couple of quid in a little cheap shop in Somerset. I bought it. But it's really nice. It's very handy and useful for sharpening things, cutting out things. I love it. You have to be very careful with it because it is a very fine, as I say, like surgeon knives. Right, anyway, let's put that away over there. So this, what I did was, I shouldn't have done it, and sometimes I really need to stop myself doing it. When I come home from sketching outside, sometimes I think, oh yes, I think I'll do this, or I think I'll do that to that. And I do it without really thinking the whole thing through. And what I did was, because this is all these super crayons, these beautiful crayons, Derwent ink tints, and they are really lovely to use. But I think I went a bit mad when I come home because I seemed to lose what was underneath, which I'm a bit upset about because I did some quite nice marks. Let me just show you this. These pencils are so good at what am I trying to say? So good for sketching. And I really should not have gone over. I think what I was trying to do, because I originally, I don't know if you can see, that pale lemon here, I always put a light wash of something over anything I'm about to paint, just to take off that whiteness of the paper, and it stops you being fearful of starting something new, if you like. If you've already got a few marks on it, come on, you can just get on with it. That's my idea. So I had this lemon. Let me show you again. It's quite bright yellow in places. And I did a lot of work to this seascape I was looking at down on the beach. And when I got it home, it looked very yellow. The sea was yellow. It all came through, even over the bits of blue that I was doing. So what I decided to do was to gesso over the top, which I did. I got my big tub of gesso out, which is lovely. I'm going to be working on this a minute while I'm talking to you. Gesso is lovely to prep your paper up, or your painting boards, whatever you're working on. It's a wonderful medium. So that's what I was doing when I come back. And as you can see, these intense ink pencils bled into the gesso. And actually I quite like this because it looks misty, so I might leave that And I quite like these crayon marks here, which I might leave. What I might do is, I'm just looking. The only thing about these pencils, they're very dark, and I find it hard sometimes to get the colour, pick the colour up quickly, because that looks like a black, but actually it's bright blue, apparently. To me, it's not bright blue. I just want to fill in there, like that. There. And maybe a bit, just to mark out the horizon over there. Sorry, I'm concentrating so hard I can't talk. There. That's enough, I think, there. So while I'm talking to you, I'm just going to fill in this a little bit. So you can see what I was trying to achieve. This is quite rocky, and what I've done is, and I like the formation of the rocks. What happened with this gesso, I've covered up the formation of the rocks, which I really like. So I'm literally just going to do this, bring them back into the painting. I call it a painting even though it's a drawing, because normally I end up using mixed media, all sorts, in my drawings. So what I'm going to do, just the rock formation's fantastic. They all look as if they're slanting one side, which I love. It's just such a rugged coastline. This is North Devon coastline, by the way. I don't know if anybody knows it, but it's the most magnificent coastline. It beats anywhere, I think, around around England. I absolutely love it down here in Devon, and I get so much inspiration for my paintings. Just sat looking down and watching. As you can see, I love these formations, and I'm glad in a way I did this with the gesso, because as you can see, it's taking form now, and it has got a nice atmospheric look to it, which I love. So I'm going to leave this. I'm going to try and stop myself from doing anything up here, and that's going to be hard because I'm quite impulsive at times, and I just do things without really looking and thinking it through. I just have a go, and actually that's the nice thing about art. You can more or less bring it back round. So luckily I've been able to do that, I think, with the rock formation here. I like this little bit of mistiness going on there, so I'm going to leave that. Stop myself from doing too much here, because I like that where the light's catching and it picks the light up over there. This I'm going to take into the water a bit more, like that. Down here, I don't know if you can see that, I hope so, because that's a nice part of the painting. And here. So I'm very happy with that, very happy with it. What I'm going to do is make the water a little bit darker, because it is always darker where it, and also it anchors the rocks. Just highlight a little bit here. I'm wondering whether to, let's have a go and see what happens if I add a little bit of lemon just here in the water as a reflection. I think that might work, because hopefully it's coming from there. A little bit there. No, don't put any more in. Must not do that. And where the lilac here is, what I might do is bring a little bit of that down here. Hopefully it'll look like a reflection from here. That's what I'm aiming for. Hope you can see that. So although I call it a painting, it's very much a combination. I like this texture that's coming through what I've already done. See, I quite like that, so I'm going to leave that. It's like a little sparkle on the water, which I really like, over here as well. In fact, looking at it, although it's misty, it looks like the sun has actually set. I think I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to ruin it. Although saying that, I just want to add a little bit more, just a touch, not much, of lemon here. Just to show that that's a highlight from there. Okay, I think I'm going to leave this. I hope you like watching this. And I hope you can see it. I'm never very good at the camera. Okay, I'm going to finish it there. Thank you for joining me and keeping me company while I'm finishing this off. And come back hopefully next time for my next video. Please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment if you'd like to. It's all totally free. I don't charge anything for this channel, but it does help grow my channel if you like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye then.